Okay, good morning. Um, so I took um, my headphones out for a second so I could talk to you. Um, Currently, Pastor Brian is safe, but he is going through an interesting spot on the journey. So he will join us momentarily when he is feeling safe and able to talk to us. So I'm just going to show you here real quick. Um, Actually, we'll wait for a couple people to um, hop on the live here. For those of us joining us on the replay, welcome. Glad you are here. Um, I'll take just a moment as we wait for people to hop on to talk about, let's see, here it is. All right, talk about the end of the walk. Let me get rid of this branding here so we can see a little bit of everything. There we go. All right, so Pastor Brian will finish his 312-mile walk on April 29th is the plan, April 29th. And what we are encouraging people to do is if you are in the Gary, Indiana area, or surrounding area and would like to come and join us as he completes this 312-mile walk from Cleveland, Ohio to Gary, Indiana. We are encouraging you to do that April 29th. That's a Saturday. We are going to meet at Ascension Lutheran Christian School. And those who would like to join us for the walk, we're asking you to come by at 12:30 on Saturday so we can walk to the corner. We are planning to join him at 49th and Broadway. And he should arrive there about 1 p.m. And then we are going to walk with him the last mile. I think it's technically 0.7 miles, but we figured that's a good place to meet up with him. You certainly do not need to walk that last 0.7 miles with him. You can join up. It looks like he's actually on now. So, but give me 1 second. Let me just finish this up. You can walk as far as you would like. You can meet us at Ascension. But we are encouraging you, please come on out and join us. We're going to have a wonderful celebration. Register at walk312.com and let us know who's coming with you so we can make sure to have enough food. All right, I see he has joined us, so let's get him on the stream. Welcome.
Hello.
I told them what's going on. I just said you needed to get safe.
We are safe. The route we took last year, I don't know if you all remember, but it was towards the end on Wednesday because we were streaming live with the kids in chapel. It was that portion of bridge that we are crossing. They didn't have this law last year because we being Terry and I kept saying, this is not right or safe. But we went through it and we came the other way. And we were wonderfully met in a very comforting manner by the state troopers and made sure that we were safe. And Terry got to me and got us back to Studio Route 6, 2 lanes. So glad to be with you. It is day 3 of our journey. It has been a very interesting day, but a day I think that is just a reminder of us to just continue to walk with God, that there are going to be days, and today has been one of them. You wake up and your body doesn't feel quite right, and you know you've got a task before you. Do you look at the task and complain about the aches, or rejoice that you have some aches and you can feel them and celebrate with God that you have that sense of feeling? Then once you start the journey, you've got some missed turns and you walk in a direction you weren't supposed to. And then you find yourself in the videos that I sent you, where the decisions for today, neither one of them are really that positive. And then you get not rerouted, but told the course you were on last year you can't take this year. Do you just give up? We all have those days, and God continues to walk with us and through us. Are you prepared to slow down and see God? Just by manner of update, with each step, my legs seem to get stronger, just one step at a time. And the aches and pains I was feeling this morning, I'm not enduring at this time. And there's a little more bounce in my step as we have been rerouted, detoured. And it's coming up on, so it's 11 o'clock Central, 12 Eastern. So we've been doing this since 6 and still haven't reached the halfway point. We could be discouraged about that or celebrate that with all that's going on, we're still walking. And I just pray that each and every one of you recognizes those moments in life. And especially for our scholars, to just remind them that in life you will have those days that come to challenge you. But if you slow down and remember, nothing can separate you from the love of God in Christ Jesus. And you're God's child. It will be okay. Slow down. You might have to walk a little slower. You might have to walk with a limp. You might have to walk with a cane, but you're still moving. And so I pray that as we continue to think about Luke chapter 18, verse 1, our Lord told them a parable to show them the importance to always pray and never give up. And I just pray that this journey that starts to resonate with someone. Just keep walking with God. Today has also been an exciting day because in addition to those who have already sown that seed on this leg of the journey, we are so very grateful that we get to add to that seed. We had a donor who was pledging $10 per mile. So we celebrate that, and prayerfully all of you will consider a pledge or what that looks like, or share with someone else, and continue to encourage people to walk with us 312 miles from Cleveland, Ohio to Gary, Indiana. And yes, we figured out we lost 6 miles, so we'll figure out at some point to tack on the 6 miles that we lost, because we want to make sure we get every last step in, and just respect the journey and honor it to completion, because that was our vow, that we would walk 312 miles. And so we will pick those 6 miles up at some point before this is all over, this leg of the journey. So just really excited about today and all of the challenges and being able to muddle through. I do have an announcement, but it's a kind of unfortunate announcement. We had our first person stop and ask if we were okay. She refused to give her name and she refused to take a picture because she had just gotten off of work and needed to go home and change. But she wanted to make sure that we were okay because she heard that there were people walking. That's the best I could give you. I tried for the name and picture, but we did have our first stop today. Someone asking if we needed help.
so I was able to show a little bit of the video of you going over the bridge.
Okay.
Did you get stopped on the bridge?
No, it was after the bridge and crossing another intersection.
Oh, okay.
But
so how was that for you?
so
Did you cross over to the other side?
we definitely crossed over to the other side. These videos are brought to you by my mother. Growing up, she would say a phrase that embodies my prayer life during that time. She taught the three of us, God watches over infants and fools. And so my entire time walking across, I just kept saying, dear God, I am her infant and your fool, God. Dear God, I am her infant and your fool, God. But not to this extent. And I want to reiterate this. I am very sensitive to the fact that God has invited me to walk 312 miles. I am not recommending this. While we are doing it as a fundraiser for our scholars and staff at ALCS, I also want to say I'm not even promoting this. But what I am inviting you to consider, what is your journey? Where is God calling you to that place where you are in a position where you have to trust beyond your comfort capacity and wrestle with whether or not we're just complacent in our faith and we just want the day to pass by with no bump whatsoever. No need to get out and explore. The amount of grace that covers you. And I am, again, not inviting anybody to do anything reckless. As I have shared time and time again, maybe yours is to just get off the couch, stand up. Maybe yours is to go back to book club. Yes, they all know you didn't read the last book, but they still want you a part of the community. Maybe you are one of the scholars and last night you only did 3 homework problems. Tonight you do 4. And do we just trust God to take us a little further? And so that is the invitation as we continue to walk from Cleveland, Ohio to Gary, Indiana, as we continue to fundraise for ALCS. The same question I asked myself, I don't know if I shared last year, but the roundabouts are just all over. And it's very funny to me because I don't understand the purpose and I don't know that it makes traffic any more fluid, but that's just my own opinion. They did not ask me.
And just talking about what our own journeys are. Obviously, part of mine is doing this, but in between live streams today, I was really tired. I wanted to go home and take a nap, but I felt God calling me to get out and walk.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I grabbed Maisie and we started walking, and we did, we actually hopped on your TikTok and we duetted with you. And so I've got that here.
Good morning, family. It is day 3 of our 312-mile journey from Cleveland, Ohio to Gary, Indiana. walking for the scholars and staff at ALCS. Today, our Bible verse is from Luke chapter 18, verse 1. Then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them to pray and not give up. Beloved, this is the parable of the persistent widow. Today, my invitation to you based on the scripture is to pray until that very thing you're asking God for happens. Pray until something happens. Be persistent in your prayer and don't give up. With this text in Luke 18 verses 1 through 8, what many people give up on is that the text says he answered quickly. Please understand that quickly is still in God's timing. Just as his ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts, neither is his timing. God will answer. Hold on, do not give up, continue to pray. God's blessings as we push together. Pray until something happens today. I love you.
Very cool.
I didn't want to stop it in case somebody didn't see the devotion.
Sure.
But it was just one way that we could walk alongside you today.
Very cool. Are there any questions?
I see Marcia's on. She says, a good Samaritan. Nice of her to ask you if you were okay.
Yes.
So Nick Coster asks, are roundabouts the Jif peanut butter of intersections?
Absolutely. Jif Creamy of intersections. Well, let's see if we have run into horses. Let's see if they'll speak this year, or at least wave. Hi, we're at Walk 312. Hello? Are you kidding me? Really?
No love from those horses.
I mean, like, turned around. Huh, more of the same.
So how are you temperature-wise today?
It's definitely a lot warmer. We've taken off 2 layers already. So, and just what the length of today, we'll probably take off 1 more and finish off the day. So we'll see, yeah. But it is definitely noticeably warmer than the previous 2 days.
Okay, how's the Skippy supply holding out?
Skippy supply is the same. I did not have any last night. We had chicken from Route 6 Pub, which was pretty good, but after the last bite, that was it for the evening. So I did not have Skippy last night, so we are still at the same status, 1.5. A little less because I had to make crackers for this morning, so a little less, but not by that much.
See, Nick Coster wants to know, what kind of shoes are you wearing to walk all of these miles? Do you have a shoe deal yet? You got to work on that.
No shoe deal yet. We have one Under Armour, 2 Brooks, and a pair of boots.
All right, Barbara Wallace is on and says the horse heard the loud voice, maybe a softer tone and a whistle would work better.
Well, we'll try that the next time. Thank you for the advice. We will try to be horse whisperers before it's over.
So what kind of preparation do you do in the morning before you start walking?
Every morning starts with devotion. After devotion, stretch. Listen to some praise and worship music. Get dressed. And yeah, by that time, Terry is ready and we head for checkout. And yes, showers happen in the evening after the walk. I'd be fooling myself to think that that was going to happen with every minute I have to sleep before I have to get dressed.
All right, Nick Coster wants to know, which worship artists do you listen to before you get going? Who's your favorite?
It really depends on the day. So none of them have favorites, and they're in my playlist. I don't know how to describe it. It just, there's a mood for the day, and what I was listening to yesterday is just not doing it today, so I don't know. I wish I had a better answer. So today was on repeat for who knows how long. Was Kirk Franklin, Let Me Touch You and See If You Are Real. And so I couldn't even begin to tell you the number of times that was on. And then finished with Norman Hutchinson, Emmanuel.
Do you get a lot of people honking at you along the way?
No, today there's been a lot of waves. Well, family, if there aren't any more questions, I am going to sign off now because I see there's an intersection coming up that I will have to navigate. Please spend some time with Luke 18, verse 1. Thank you for being a part of the journey here on day 3. To recap, today we got a pledge for $10 a mile. I'm prayerfully asking you all to consider if you would want to pledge. No amount is too small or too large. Be willing to share. Please continue to go to walk312.com and get your walking gear as we continue to raise attention for Ascension, raise funds for Ascension, and also see how God is calling each and every one of us to walk with him. God's blessings. Talk to you later this afternoon.
All right, you stay safe. All right. So we will go live again at 3 p.m. today. I did say at the end of our 8 a.m. live stream that I would have a little bit information for those who would like to donate online. I do have a video if you need a little bit of help navigating that. So we will see you at 3 p.m. and those who would like a little help can hang out here and we'll get that going here. Okay, so here's everything you're going to need to know about donating to Walk 312 online. First, let's start on our website, walk312.com. Here you're going to find plenty of places that you can donate, but let's go ahead and hit the big button labeled Donate Now. Now, this is equally as our mobile site for everyone who is using a smartphone. Here's the cool thing about our donation platform. You can choose how much you want to donate, when you want to donate, how often, and how you would like to donate. Now, for this demo, we are simply going to do a $10 donation just for a demonstration. You'll see that we have a few different options in the fund area. Now, all donations are going directly to Ascension. We have set up different funds because this is how we track which challenge you are participating in. Now, since I'm doing a $10 donation, I'm obviously not doing the challenge $3.12. So I'm going to do the general one. All right. Now let's talk about how often you can donate. You'll see that you have several different options. You can do every week, every month. You can do just this once. So maybe you're thinking about giving up your morning coffee out once per week to support the students at Ascension by giving $5 a week. You have that option here. Think of the kingdom impact you could have by choosing to have coffee at home one day a week. All right. For now, we're just going to do just this once. And now let's talk about how you can choose your start date. You can choose today, which is what we're going to do. Tomorrow, this Friday, next Sunday, or you can choose a custom date. So maybe you want to do a per mile pledge, and you would like to see it released when he finishes the walk on April 29th. So you can put in April 29th here. But for now, we're just going to do today. Now here, now I'm signed into my account, which is what I want to do at the moment. But what it will ask you is whether you want to use a credit card or a bank account. So let's talk about this for a second. Let me be completely transparent with you and give you a little behind the scenes of online donations that are made to nonprofits. See, even we cannot escape the processing fees of credit cards companies. Now, here's the beauty of the platform we are using, which is Nucleus. They do not charge us any third-party fee. So that means our processing fee is as low as it can possibly be because it is just the fee that goes to the credit card companies. There's no additional fees. But that's credit cards. Let's talk bank account for a second here. Because going the bank account route is actually the best option, especially if you are giving a more significant donation, because you are not charged a percentage of your donation. It's actually, no matter how small or how big your donation is, each bank account processing fee is only 25 cents. So if you give $1, it's $1.25. If you give $1,000, it's $1,000.25. No matter how big or small your donation is, that is never going to change. So here you'll see that when you go to bank account, you can enter it manually, or you can use Plaid, which will ask you what bank you are using, and it will send you to your bank's website to sign in, and then Plaid will communicate with your bank and get that all situated. And like I said, that only incurs a 25-cent processing fee, which is even cheaper than getting a stamp and sending it off in the mail. So we love that option. But I'm going to go ahead back here just to show you how it works. I am going to use my card, which is no longer in service, so I feel comfortable doing this. Now, when you do a card, we still have to pay that 1.9% processing fee to the credit card companies. Now, when you do a donation to a nonprofit, sometimes you may not be aware of this fee, but I promise you, your donation is always subject to this fee, usually more. It's just collected by the third party before sending it to the nonprofit of your choice. So for complete transparency, whatever you plan to donate, an additional 1.9% will be added before you make your donation. So if you plan to donate $100, your total is going to be $101.94. So just plan accordingly, whatever that means for you. Next here you have the option to do a note or a memo. We're not going to do that at the moment. And I'm going to use my profile because I already have my account set up from last year when I donated. And if you do not have an account, it will ask you at that point what your email address is, what your name is, so that we can send you a thank you note along with a special video from Pastor, as well as the tax information you need to know for tax season. So you'll see here when I get to the total, it does $10.19, right? We said originally we wanted to do a $10 donation. Like I said, because we're using a card, it's going to go ahead and add that 1.9% on top of it. So my total would be $10.19. And that's that. I would then hit give now, which, like I said, this card is no longer in use, so I'm not going to do that. And that's it. That is how we donate online. Again, doing the bank account is, it takes just a second to do. And it is absolutely the easiest and cheapest route to go. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for all that you are doing for the kids at Ascension Lutheran Christian School. We are so grateful for you. Every dollar counts. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I am the walking pastor. I'm back. 312 more miles. Let's go. Last year, we walked from Gary, Indiana to Cleveland, Ohio. This year, we're reversing the route. The goal is the same, $3,120,000, one step at a time. Cleveland is where my ministry journey began. Gary is the home of Ascension Lutheran Christian School, whose scholars we are walking to support. Last year, we asked and you responded. Because of your generosity, we were able to fund academic support, and we have seen test scores rise. We were also able to address much needed building repairs. Seeing where God took us last year, the journey for these scholars continues this year. We walk Monday, April 17th at 5 a.m. Follow us live at 8, 11, and 3. At 3:12 every day, we will gather for prayer. At walk312.com, you will be able to not only follow the journey, you will be able to donate and purchase your walking gear. All proceeds go to support the scholars at Ascension Lutheran Christian School. Let's go.